finish your new deck without blowing your paycheck? We got the solution. It's sudden substitution. Jazz hands.
That was great.
That was good. That was,
Yay.
that was A tier. That was good. We're going to use that.
Thank you for that, Jason. Now on to the segment, Sudden Substitution.
Yeah, not Alan. Thank you, Jason.
For singing it.
Suck
Thank
it.
you, Alan, for
Suck
the
it.
email.
Suck it, guy.
Thank you,
You don't even
Jason.
remember his last name, do you? You forgot his last name already.
So the card this week we are talking about is Gilded Drake. This card somehow has climbed up to $200, which is insane to me. I remember when this was $50, and that felt like it was crazy, but hey, you could use it to steal an Emrakul off of a show and tell, but now it's $200. That's what the reserve list will do, and that is why we have some budget options if you are looking to steal your opponent's creatures in Commander. Jason, why don't you go ahead and kick us off?
I got a creature that recently went from trash to treasure when it spiked up briefly as a result of Maricel the Pretender. This is Dominatelicit, which donated its Steal a Creature ability to Maricel, allowing him to tap for 1 colorless and 2 blue to gain control of a creature. Now, Dominatinglicit is a creature. It's a 1/1, but it becomes an enchantment that enchants the chosen creature. And you can pay a blue for the Licit to fall right back off if the creature dies. So
It's a pretty nutty card.
So it's reusable, you know?
Yeah.
You can steal any creature you can target. You can gain control of it as long as the Licit isn't dead. And you can pay a mana to pop the Licit back off so it, avoids any sort of target or removal on the creature you stole. So Dominatinglicit was good before Maricel, but Maricel made it great. So you're not going to find these in bulk, per se. But you will get these for a couple of bucks. It's significantly cheaper than Gilded Drake.
Yes.
And in a lot of situations, this has a little bit more versatility.
By a factor of 100 or so, something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll follow up in the same vein here. 4 mana, 2/2 flyer. It's a fairy wizard, Sower of Temptation.
This used to be like a $20 card.
It
Now
did.
It's a 25-cent card.
It did. It very, very much was a power back in the day. It was a card that going ever back all the way back to standard when you could play this in your fairy deck. Sower of Temptation has been sealing people's creatures. Now, of course, you lose the Sower, you lose the creature, but that's okay. You're usually going to get something good along the way, and that is why this card was
because it's a like you can just bring it back with any number of various.
Well, it conveniently has 2 power, which comes back with Revelark, which is a card you'll see it paired with a lot. But yeah, this card was once $27. However, it's now $3 for a Sower of Temptation, which is many times cheaper than a Gilded Drake.
There was probably a time when Gilded Drake and Sower were the same price, right? Like in 2008-ish. Like we don't have data, right? But it's reasonable.
It is possible. Yeah. Definitely possible. All right, DJ, what do you got?
I have an enchant land that I bet 90% of the people listening to this cast have never heard of. And that is Chamber of Manipulation. This is an uncommon from Odyssey. It's a 4-mana enchant land. Enchanted land has tap, discard a card, gain control of target creature until end of turn. This was basically true bulk until Thassid Deep Dwelling came out and Theros Beyond Death, which let you just blink the creature you steal and keep it forever. But the card's valuable in other decks that aren't that. It's a very powerful political tool. You just having an on-board instant speed mind control where a discard outlet isn't always a bad thing. It can just be very powerful and political and just manipulate the game.
Keeps people from comboing you off too.
Yeah, do you want to go into combat with your giant creature that doesn't have hexproof? Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, you're not gonna attack me? Yeah, go ahead, go into combat. Yeah. So this is a very sneaky way to steal creatures because it's just a card that people have forgotten about, and I think if you play it and activate it once, people will stop forgetting about it, and it's a very powerful political tool. That's $1. So
it is $1.
Chamber of Manipulation, try it out. It's from Odyssey. It's never been reprinted.
All right, there you go.
And if you have never heard of Chamber of Manipulation, that's just a way of telling me that you don't read my articles on Cool Stuff Inc., where I advocate for this card constantly. Another card, since we mentioned all blue cards, I think an honorable mention is something that can slide into any deck, and that's Helm of Possession. You do have to sacrifice a creature to turn on the Helm and grab something, but you keep it as long as you don't untap the Helm. It goes in any color deck. And in a lot of decks, like you want a sack outlet, or you just have like tokens, trading a token for their best creature, stealing something pro blue with your Helm. It's Vedalken Shackles for any color. So I think Helm of Possession is wildly underplayed. So, you know, Gilded Drake is good in situations where, like, bringing a creature back from the grave, blinking a creature, all those sort of things is great. That's why Gilded Drake, you know, is worth the money it's worth, because it was, you know, great with show and tell and stuff like that. But on top of that, like, if you don't want a creature-based option, you have a lot of options, like, at Artifact, you know? And Helm Possession doesn't require you to play a ton of islands the way Shackles does. So if you want a completely non-blue option, I think more people should be playing Helm Possession, because now that you can't, like, O-ring their commander, the best way to get them off of their commander is just steal it from them.
Yep, absolutely.